Hello and welcome to the Cow's Den. I am Josh. With me, as always, is Matt. What's up, Matt?
What's up,
This is
bitches?
episode 23 of the Cow's Den podcast. We talk comics, pop culture, nerdy shit. Um, yeah, I didn't do so many comics this week, but that's all right. I got a couple to talk about, and then got some cool stuff to talk about. But I will start off with the comics like I always do. Um, this week actually it came out a week early. I thought it was supposed to be next week. It was the new Superman Son of Kal-El, number 5. This was, of course, when Superman Jonathan Kent is the current Superman. So, in case you don't know, Jonathan Kent is the current Superman. It's the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane, so he is actually half human, half Kryptonian. So he's unique in that aspect. He's half and half. He's not all Kryptonian. He's half human. So this was the issue. Well, okay. I'll just talk about the issue itself. There was a villain who, in at the end of the last issue, kind of over juiced John, and so John's like powers are like kicked into max, kicked into overdrive. And he's like, oh, he's doing this to overwhelm me, but I'm not going to get overwhelmed. I'm just going to start saving everybody that I can. Since I'm juiced, I'm just going to start flying around and saving everybody they possibly can right now. So that's what he's doing. The issue is him kind of like burning through, saving everybody. And then I don't know. Do you mind me talking spoilies? Like as
Yeah.
far as how it goes? Okay. Well, this was the biggest thing about the issue was that this was where Jonathan Kent comes out as bisexual. And so there's this guy that he's been working with on his team, like his little crew that he's working with. And the guy he found out just in like one of the previous issues that the guy can phase through anything. He can go through anything. He's like Kitty Pride. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like just can phase through anything. So John's flying around, saving everybody in the world, bit by bit, person by person, and he's starting to burn himself out because he's overusing himself. His powers are maxed out. He's burning himself out. He can't stop, right? So it gets to a point where this guy, the guy's name is Jay, calls him and says, "Hey, I need you to stop for a second. I need to talk to you real quick." And so he flies over to him, and it was actually like really nice the way it went down. He tells him, um, just so you know, I know you feel like he's like, I know what's going on right now. I know you feel like you have to save everybody. I know you feel like you have to do something for everybody. He goes, but I want you to know that you don't have to save me. I can phase through anything. Therefore, technically, I can't die. So don't worry about it. There's at least someone in this world that you don't have to worry about saving. And then that's when it happens. They kiss, and it was a really nice moment. It just was. It was really nice. It was tastefully done. It was really well. It was really well done. So
Well, it sounds
um
like they're not pushing, trying to
exactly.
shove it in your face
Exactly.
kind of
It
thing.
wasn't like, yeah, exactly. And I mean they didn't even, I mean, it took up a big panel. It was one full page when it happened, but it wasn't like he was just burning through his shit, and then he just like kind of was like, all right, stop, calm down, you're good. So they like kiss, and then he knocks out for like a day, and then wakes up and he's like, damn, I feel great, that was amazing. So cool. And and then he just shoots off, and that's the end of the issue. So it's like he kind of just kicked him back into gear. But it was good. Like I said, it was well written, it was tastefully done. I'm loving Tom Taylor right now. He's killing it, because that was actually the other comic I was going to talk about was Nightwing, of course. Nightwing,
No way. You like Nightwing?
86, I think was the issue. 86, 87. Fuck, I don't know. Something like that. And this was the final one that was linked to the fear state thing that's going on in Batman right now. Batman is like, they're kicking in kind of the future state stuff that they were doing before. Magistrate is this crazy company that overtook Gotham. Kind of, they had run their own police state now, kind of as Gotham. So this was uh Nightwing's from Nightwing's point of view of him with Barbara Gordon. Oh my God, Stephanie, can't remember her last name. Stephanie Brown. The Batgirls. There's been a couple Batgirls. The other one is
Yeah.
the one in Birds of Prey that they, oh my god, that they didn't play right. She was like a little thief in
I
Birds
can't
of Prey.
remember.
Oh my gosh, Cassandra Cain. Cassandra Cain.
Oh yeah.
Cassandra Cain. That was the one. I didn't hate Birds of Prey, but that was the one thing I absolutely hated was how they treated her character in that movie.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so it was their point of view. They go into Gotham to kind of help fight the magistrate. This was just kind of the finale of that. They take out the big mothership and all that shit. It was the whole fear state thing has been kind of an okay storyline. It's not bad, but I don't think like it's very life changing. It's like, oh no, there's a fucking police state. It's like, yeah, well, we all know, we've all seen Watchmen, we've all watched, you know what I mean? It's that same like, oh, we're gonna govern the fucking vigilantes, fucking,
Yeah.
it's that same type of story. So I mean, it's been fun to read, but it's nothing that's like new or overly crazy or anything.
So okay, so I wonder if they're is it in Nightwing that you said that Barbara's back?
Yes, Barbara is back as Batgirl.
So I wonder because they're getting the Gotham Knights
Like in that
game.
game's coming out, yeah.
And I wonder if that has anything to do with that, because
Like
that's just kind of
if they're kind of turning the story that direction, just to kind of help it all blend together, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, I watching, looking at some of the Gotham Knights stuff, obviously Batgirl is walking
I'm super
around
pumped for that one.
I am too.
I'm just happy that there's a game that's focused more on the Bat family and not so focused on Batman. I like that.
Well, and they say that this is after
he's dead or whatever, right?
He's dead.
Yeah.
But if you look at the cover, it's got him in the water, like on the front of it. But
like he's right, okay.
But technically he died. He blew up his mansion.
I don't care that if he's in the story. I don't care if he's alive. If they still make him a huge part of the story, it's not focused on him. It's focused on the family.
And it's gonna have Batgirl. It's gonna have Nightwing.
They're doing Court of the Owls, dude.
Yes. Who's gonna? Is it gonna be Tim Drake, or is it gonna be
Jason Todd? I want to say it's Tim Drake, and then
Tim Drake.
I think so. I
didn't know if they were doing
Tim Drake as Red Robin is what it is.
Okay.
So I think it's Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Red Robin.
Yeah, it sounds like to me like they're pushing the comic
like kind of in that direction.
A
little bit, yeah, for sure. It was just so the magistrate like hacked her Oracle system and had like all her information. So it was crazy too. They were like in this issue they were trying to find a way to get up to the mothership, and she was like, if we take a freaking plane or helicopter up there, they're going to shoot us down immediately. And then Barbara goes, I mean, I can hack their drones to just take us up there. And she's like, you can do that? She goes, yeah. She's like, Barbara, your level of expertise never ceases to amaze me. I'm like, dude, it is crazy how
smart
Barbara Gordon is really smart, dude. She had to watch everybody for a long time.
A little bit of odd knowledge here. You know that Bruce Wayne's IQ is 192 or 193. Like him, even if she's smart, how much she learned from him. Like he's technically one of the smartest characters in the DC universe.
He's that kind of detective. He sees everything, he is observational, sorry. But like I said, those were kind of the only two. I got a little backed up this week, so I only read some Tom Taylor. We got the Superman and Nightwing, but both Tom Taylor's just killing it for me right now. I love it, and both stories are good. He actually announced that they're going to do a crossover, Nightwing Superman crossover. So he and Jonathan Kent are going to kind of work together for a few issues. So I'm excited for that. That's not starting until I think next month. So it sounds cool.
Well, and I mean, it's just like Damian getting his own series with Robin. It sounds like they're trying to focus a lot more on like outside of the main
Like
characters,
the family. And I
and
mean, there's
yeah,
still the Batman and there's still the Detective Comics stories, but yeah,
right.
it really does feel like they're doing a lot more with the whole Bat family rather than just so zoned in on Batman all the time, you
Oh,
know?
and all those villains on Robin,
Right.
all those villains kids too,
And that's what I like too. They're kind of bringing more of a world to everything, you know,
Yeah.
kind of bringing in more people and stuff. It's been fun reading the DC stuff lately. I've been enjoying it. Um, so the next thing I want to talk about, we actually all of us went and saw the new Ghostbusters movie. Um,
Da-da-da-da-da.
I don't know where to start. If I'm being totally honest, it's been my favorite movie that I've seen in 20 years.
Wow.
I this is a personal opinion. We grew up with the Ghostbusters. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's literally got to be in my top 5 of all time.
I've
It's
got the pack on my wall.
exactly. And
So yeah.
we had proton packs and we were
What
dressed up in
when
the freaking
yeah,
the overalls.
you and Jake
Exactly.
were that for Halloween. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, we've been
Ghostbusters were
Ghostbusters
huge.
since we were kids, and now my
Yeah.
son is huge into it. He loves Ghostbusters, and so when
There's
we went,
side note, the Irvington Halloween Festival. Anybody who's not Indiana, Irvington, the thing that they're known most for is their Halloween festival. It's one of the oldest towns in Indiana.
it's
Um,
always fun too.
and so every year for the past, I don't know, 6, 7 years, the Indiana Ghostbusters have a big setup and everything. Like they're
Oh,
Ghostbusters, they're actual
dang!
like ghost hunters,
Like the
and
ghost hunters and stuff.
but they're
Yeah,
actually called the Indiana
Indiana
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Nice.
And
That's
like
cool.
they've got all the suits and all that stuff, and it's really really cool. And like they actually go into historic Irvington houses
Yeah,
looking for you know
ghosts.
ghosts and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah, it's really
awesome.
cool.
That's cool as hell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, okay, so
movie.
so for in my opinion, for anyone who has grown up with the Ghostbusters or has kids who love the Ghostbusters, it was fantastic. There was not one bad moment in the movie as far as I'm concerned. Um, from I mean, I don't want to spoil everything because I do want you to watch it. Matt especially, I
I
want you
will.
to go see it. So
You
I
can
don't want to
spoil,
spoil
man. You
everything.
can spoil.
What I'm going to say though is everything that they like that goes towards Harold Ramis, Egon Spengler, is done so tastefully. It's done so well. It does so much for his character, and it's great to see that. I mean, you can tell from the trailers it's about his grandkids and stuff,
Yeah,
right? And so
yeah,
it's great to see that they focused a lot of the attention on him, and that was just great. It was so cool to see that they were it's kind of like a send off to him, you know. And I mean, again, spoilies. The crew does show up, so
Does Ernie show up?
everybody shows up. The
Okay,
crew shows up, yeah. So
good.
I will spoil one thing. The only person who does not show up was Rick Moranis, and that's bummer. And that's what I'm saying.
And
If you
Sigourney.
really, I mean, if you really wanted me to talk spoilies, bro, there's a post credit scene with Sigourney.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
good,
sorry,
good.
bro. I didn't,
No, no,
I
that's
wasn't sure if
awesome.
I should spoil it, but
Oh
yes,
no,
there's a
yeah, go
post
ahead.
credit
That's
scene.
awesome. That's
Dude,
awesome.
the post credit scene is her trying to get him to do the all right, so tell me what's next. And he's all 3 squiggly lines. And she's like, I can't believe you used to shock people with this. It was perfect. That's what I'm getting at. All of it. It was perfect. It hit the nostalgia factor, but it also brought in that new audience, the kids,
Kids.
the younger kids. And all of them did fantastic. The girl who played his granddaughter was perfect. She was perfect. And then Flint Lockwood, Flint something. Flint, what's the kid's name?
Yeah.
Flynn. Flynn Wolfhard, I want to say is his name. The kid from Stranger Things. One of the kids from Stranger Things.
So
He did good too.
I
Oh yeah.
I would love if they ended this series with a rift opening in it's New York, isn't it? It's not
Right.
is it
So, yeah,
Chicago?
well, okay. So New York is
It's New
where
York.
the original Ghostbusters
So
was. Yeah, yeah.
the rift happening there, and then
Yeah,
that's when
and
you
then
see
that's it.
them.
Ah, dude,
Like
no,
that would
that'd
be
be
so
awesome
cool.
because it
Like,
takes place in the '80s, right? So
just
that
saying,
would be
Netflix.
cool. That
It
would
could
definitely be
explain where
great.
the ghosts come from, you know, or
Right,
that
it
they
could.
think those are
Well,
ghosts when
and
they're
because
actually.
that's like the one thing that like any reviews I've read, they're like, that's the only thing that still is weird is that it's never fully been explained. Like,
Well,
why is there Slimer, but there's also human ghosts? Why is there, what is the deal? What's the
okay.
afterlife
So
kind of
this is what I have
like,
to.
you
This is
know?
what I have to say about this. We're Kirkman fans.
Right.
Kirkman never gives an answer on the
Well,
zombies. Sometimes it's better
exactly.
to
But
not have an
exactly,
answer.
and that's what I loved about it. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. That's what I still love about it. There was a big spoiler in terms of like I was not expecting this. Again, are you sure you don't mind me
Yeah.
talking spoilies?
Absolutely.
So
Go ahead.
the whole point is they're trying to bring back Gozer, like Gozer from the original
Uh.
one. They're trying to bring back Gozer. And when Gozer comes back, and not only that, it's Olivia Wilde who plays Gozer,
Wow.
and she is incredible.
Oh
When
yeah.
you first see her, you're like, oh my god, like they recast the original fucking person who played it. Like, what the hell? Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. And she plays the part perfectly. Perfectly. And I'm sorry, you hear my dogs in the background there if you're hearing that. But
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out now.
dude,
I was gonna check it out anyways because
it was
everybody's saying how good
so
it.
good. Like, and I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to like overhype it.
No.
I hope you don't go into it being like, oh, this is gonna be the best fucking movie I've ever seen. But like
No.
to me, I went in with high expectations and was still way like surprised. Like I said, everything that comes with like Harold Ramis's character is done so well. It's
So
done
did you
perfect.
go in with high expectations on the 26? Was it 2016 Ghostbusters?
With that one, I went in with probably the lowest expectations I could have. And if I'm being honest, was pleasantly surprised with that one. I did not hate that one. I can get why some people didn't like it, but I liked the idea that they were going a different route with it just to see what would happen.
I think what they didn't like so much about it was that there wasn't really any ties.
Tie
Like
into the original idea, the
yeah.
original story. Yeah. Especially and then bringing in the original actors, but not as Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It was a weird idea, and no, obviously,
But I
it
didn't mind
work
it.
that well. But I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I'd still watch it today and think it was a decent enough movie.
Yeah.
But this is like, okay, this is like Suicide Squad versus the Suicide Squad, or
Right.
like Justice League versus Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not that the first one was that bad, but this one is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. So, yes, I cannot say enough about it. To me, it was perfect. Definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Then the only other thing I think was something about 3, 2, 1, let's jam. I don't know.
Well,
all right.
yeah. So there, yeah. Well, can we do Bebop at the end?
Of course, that's cool. Yeah, that was the only other thing I was wanting to talk about, though. So yeah,
Bebop,
totally cool
man.
with talking about Cowboy Bebop at the end. I will say I haven't finished it though, so we can talk some spoilies, but I don't want to talk too.
No. So before
Anyway,
we go to that,
yeah.
The first thing I want to talk about actually is I finally saw the dog shit that was what was it? No Time to Die. And I was thoroughly disappointed. I mean,
which one was that?
That's the last movie of
Bond
as
Bond. You said dog shit. What?
Yeah, of Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yeah.
So okay, so mom and Ralph are Bond fans, and they actually went and saw it, and they told me some stuff, and I was like, I was since this movie's been postponed for like 2 years, I've been kind of like
it's like your hype dies off, Yeah.
Well, and then you start hearing things, and it's like, so, and it reaffirmed every problem that I thought I was going to have with it. First off, so this is going to cause arguments. I don't, people are might label me or whatever, but I'm not.
Don't at me, bro.
Well, no, they might label me as misogynistic, but I'm sorry, there can't be a female James Bond. I
think I agree with that. I think that's part of his whole character. Like that's
right.
Yeah.
And so like I have no problem with 008 being a female.
Exactly.
I have no problem
with it being a different character. Yes.
Right. And the thing is like 006, died in Goldeneye, so she couldn't be 006, but Bond retires and rather than making her 008, the new girl is 007. I just don't understand it. Why
Right.
can't she be 008?
I'm sure it's simply so that they can maintain the logo, the title, the
No,
double oh
because here's the
07.
thing. He gets the 007 moniker back halfway through the movie. So it means nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Why can't she be her own person and be 008?
Right.
It makes no sense. It
Right.
makes zero sense. She's
Right.
not Bond, and she's not she's a double O,
Right.
but for
No,
some
I
reason
hear you.
they
I
took
get it.
007 from Bond and gave it
Right.
her. Why can't she be 008?
Exactly. I get it. I get it.
So
It's not about the fact of whether it's man or woman. It's about the fact that you're
well, no, it is, because
no,
here's the
well,
thing.
it's the
So
fact that
it's
it'd
two
be the
parts.
same.
It's two parts.
Okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
The first part is what you're talking about, which is the fact that they're making her 007 and then taking it away, 10 minutes later
Right.
and giving it back to Bond. I have a huge problem with that. But
Right.
look, man, Bond is different from any other series.
Right.
I mean, it's not comparable. You can't compare. Oh my God, they made, I mean, honestly, it'd be maybe comparable to making Batman to
Be a
Batwoman.
woman. Well, and that's the thing, is that
Maybe.
that's the point. You have Batman and you have Batwoman.
Yeah.
You don't make a woman and then say Batman. Like, and I'm not, again, it's not trying to be sexist
No,
per
right.
se, but like that is the whole persona of the character.
Yes. It's
You know, and
007 is James Bond.
exactly. There is nothing wrong with a 008 agent, a 00 agent of some kind as a woman. There is nothing wrong with that
No,
by
no
any
problem.
means. It's just taking literally the entire character and changing it. Just, yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
and
I
I
get
have
it.
no problem. I would have been fine. So they were going to cast oh my God. The guy from Suicide Squad,
Idris Elba.
So it was came down to Daniel Craig or Idris Elba, and I would have been fine either
I
way.
would
I
have
don't.
1000% been okay with Idris Elba, dude.
Absolutely. So
1000%.
now people are calling for him. It's like, dude, he's 50. He can't be
Right.
Bond. He'll
Right.
do one
right.
movie.
Exactly.
So, but okay, so there was that problem, which just blew me away that they did that. Like, it made no sense. Like,
I get that. I do.
Okay.
I get that 100%.
So, and the only problem that I've really had with the Daniel Craig movies, because I actually like them, and I think Skyfall is one of the best Bond movies ever.
Right.
The problem that I've had is that, and once again, this is going to come across misogynistic, but it's the first series where he carried over girlfriends. So like Casino Royale carried over into Quantum of Solace.
Right.
And then Spectre carried over into this movie, which
right.
I mean, okay, you don't want to make him a womanizer. That's fine.
Right.
But Bond has a kid.
Right.
Bond has a kid with her and doesn't know anything about this kid. The kid is like 8 years old. Yeah. Yeah. And then here's the biggest thing. So, okay. So you've got these two, right? These two are both bad enough. It's not a Bond. That's not Bond. It's not Bond. But the third worst thing, you want to know why Pierce Brosnan wasn't able to come back and make a fifth Bond movie? Do you know the reason why?
Why?
He wanted to kill Bond.
Oh.
He wanted to die as Bond.
Right. I mean,
Bond dies at the end of this fucking movie. Dies. Dead. No coming back. Period. Dead. So you've made a female into 007, then taken that title away from her, making it to where she can't be. I mean, I don't understand how you're going to get her to be a main character. If you wanted to make Bond or want to make 008 movies, you took that away. You took that option away. He has a fucking kid. And I not even remotely anything close to what Bond has ever wanted, period. Even the Daniel Craig Bond never wanted a family. And you fucking kill him at the end. I don't understand.
Wow.
I don't understand the decision making.
Wow.
I mean, I would, yeah. So like,
okay.
okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this. So you are a Bond fan.
I'm a diehard Bond fan.
And you've literally every Bond. You watch them all. You like them all. I know you have your particulars. You like some better than others, of course. But
there's one bad one. There's one bad one before this one.
But still.
This, but so this one reminds me so much of that bad one, which is On My Majesty's Secret Service. I think I can't remember the name of it, but it's so bad. Lisby, when he did his one Bond, it's so bad. It reminds me so much of that. But go ahead, sorry.
But all I was trying to get at is like, the Bond stuff. I've watched the Pierce Brosnan ones. I don't know that I've ever really given the Daniel Craig ones a chance, and I've watched maybe one or two of like the Sean Connery ones here and there. That's pretty much it. So I don't know much about Bond, but even I can tell you everything that you just said sounds so not Bond that that's insane. Like that's insane.
Right. I mean, it's just it'd be like if Batman got old, retired, they gave the Batman moniker to a woman,
right?
Made her call herself Batman,
right?
He came back, wanted to be Batman, found out that he had a kid that he didn't know about, and then died. I mean, and legitimately died. So like they can restart the series, obviously, but it's gonna. I don't.
Well, because that's kind of what Daniel Craig was, right? They went back to the beginning again, kind of thing. And
that like Bond's never died. Bond has never.
I know
died.
that, but I just mean like,
Bond,
that's right.
You know, and
so
it's like
story each time type of thing,
right? And so like I just struggle. Like it, honestly though, like if you were gonna kill a Bond, it should have been Connery. Like and just make it a fucking, hey, at the end of this guy's contract, Bond's gonna die,
right?
And there's gonna be a new Bond, you know,
right?
Like I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
I mean, think they could have done an idea of each Bond. They will make like a series. Oh, now we're on 0012 or now we're on 0015, guys. Like these are new agents. You know, I don't know.
And Henry or Malik, what the hell's his first name? He plays
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek. I love Rami Malek as an actor.
Oh, I love him too.
I thought he sucked in this.
Oh shit!
I thought he sucked.
I forgot that he was in that. I remember being like, he's actually kind of the only reason I might want to go see that one.
And like he didn't suck. He's a great actor, but like
he was given was not good. Right?
No, he doesn't seem imposing at all.
Honestly, it's like Jared Leto as the Joker, because I didn't hate Jared Leto's performance. I didn't care for the character.
Yeah, and so. I mean they killed Blowfish, the leader of Spectre. They killed him, killed Spectre, killed all of Spectre, killed Bond.
Just fuck it,
kill everything. You know, and that's how I feel. I feel like dude, like
they just were like, you know what, fuck it.
Right, you guys had such a problem with Pierce Brosnan, who I loved Brosnan as fucking Bond.
Right. I mean, honestly, GoldenEye's got to be up there as one of the best.
Yeah.
Movies, right?
Like, it really absolutely. Is. Yeah. All four of them, I loved them. So, but like you had such a problem with him wanting to kill Bond,
and then you kill Bond,
and then you decide to kill Bond. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
I totally would not.
It sounds like a dumpster fire, to be honest with you.
It's a gigantic dumpster fire. The story doesn't make sense. The logic doesn't make sense. Everything about it is trash. It's trash. So I definitely would not recommend it. So, yeah, it's not even a good action movie in my opinion. It just
wasn't that good, right?
No.
Wow,
just wasn't good.
That sucks, because it's like we kind of had opposite experiences. Because I'm telling you, Ghostbusters, I was going in thinking it was going to be good, and like, man, there were times where I straight felt like a kid again. So I'm sorry to cut real quick. There's a scene from the trailer when they're driving through the town, and she like kicks out, and she's like, and it's all, I don't know. It's in the trailer.
I've seen that.
She's in the gunner seat. Yep. That whole scene, both me and my son were sitting here like it was just incredible, man. It was so good. It was so good.
And I mean, the frustrating thing with this is like Daniel Craig's Bond has not been a gadget Bond, and I'm fine with that.
I've heard that. Again, I haven't given the Daniel Craig ones a chance. I know he's kind of like back to more being like basic fighting, kicking ass kind of Bond, right?
But they give him the Bond car that has gadgets for 5 minutes, and then it's done, and he has no more gadgets. And it's like, So, anyways, on to better things.
Oh my god.
Joe Dirte, Joseph Dirte, the
AKA
gay Joe
the
Dirte.
Tiger King.
Anybody who hasn't heard of this over the past year and a half, Tiger King season 2 came out. And actually I liked it even better than the first season. Have you ever, and it's only 5 episodes. Have you ever watched any of the Tiger King stuff?
Me, I watched the first season. I didn't watch any of the new season.
Okay. Did you ever watch Making a Murderer?
Yes, hold on. Yes, that's the one where
The
it
guy
was kind
gets
of like the idea that that he's being framed, right? Like it's
Yes.
not. Yes, okay. That it's
Yeah.
like because they wanted the public to think this and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, okay, I remember
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Season 2 reminds me a lot of that.
Okay. Okay.
And so it's very well done. A lot better, a lot more professionally done, in my opinion, than the first season, even though it only has 5 episodes.
Well, I think the idea of the first season took everybody by surprise because the whole point in its success, I don't want to like downplay the show, but the big point in its success was COVID.
Yeah, COVID lockdown.
The first thing that we got during COVID, and I remember everybody was like, "Did you fucking watch this crazy thing yet?"
Yeah,
and so I mean,
well,
yeah,
and the opening scene pokes fun at that. You know,
Right.
It shows like all these servers, and it shows March, whatever, 2019, and then it hits midnight, and then it all goes to craziness with Tiger King, right?
Dude, yeah, no, it was nuts. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you like the first season, man, the second season's even better, in my opinion. Obviously, Joe's in prison, so you don't get to see Joe very much. But I mean, there's like
Right.
there's an episode where you get a complete background story of how Joe became Joe Exotic.
Okay.
Which
That's
is
cool.
A great fucking episode.
Cool.
And then you get the very last episode. It's just like, okay, I didn't think this could become more of a clusterfuck, but it just became more of a clusterfuck.
Okay.
Do you want me to? Are you ever gonna watch?
Do they find Carol fucking Baskins guilty or some shit? Like,
no, but the third episode is fucking on,
like,
or maybe the second episode. Yes,
stuff. I remember they got to mention that they were like, Carol fucking did it. I was like,
listen, the reason why I compare this to and I'm fucking Bill Clinton. The reason why I compare this to Making a Murderer is the film crew finds the people in Puerto Rico that he was working with. Like they go crazy. And then they're in their
I'm sure they just threw money at them, you know. It was just like, dude, get this out, let's do it, you know.
I mean, yeah, and like they go in depth. It's really good.
That's good.
But it ends with the hitman that Joe hired, and the Jeff Lowe who took over Joe's,
the guy who took over afterwards.
Yep. They recant their testimony and state that the government was trying to get Joe caught for the animal stuff, so they set Joe up with these guys to do that. And that's how it ends. Yes, and they're giving an actual affidavit, to the lawyers. What? Yes, signed and everything. That they're perjuring themselves. They're openly going to go to jail
by them.
Yes, they would go to jail.
Him. Whoa.
Yes, they face going to jail because of that. Yeah. So it's definitely worth it, man. And it's only 5 episodes, but
and it was the type of thing where the first one you can laugh at it, you can make fun of it, whatever. It was fucked up though. It was crazy, and like I liked that the first season it made its jokes, it made its stuff, but by the end of it, it wrapped up like, we're trying to show you how crazy some of this shit can really get. Like that's what we're trying to show you. And I like that they came back to that. They were like, yes, it's funny, it's goofy, oh, this guy's crazy, but like we're trying to show you how crazy some of this shit can actually get. Like I love that about that.
Yep. And I'd say the second season isn't as funny as the first season,
right?
But it has.
I guess I don't mean funny. I just more so like everybody loves to make fun of him, right? You know what I mean? Like, sure, everybody loves to make fun of him. Yeah, we get our laughs, but really, it's trying to show
Here's
you how
that.
fucked up this shit can
Yes.
be. Like,
Yes. And it shows the second episode. I think it's the second episode is about Joe's background, and it's so fucking good. Like all the shit that he went through to become the person he is.
It's like honestly, if anybody ever like if I say something about Tiger King and anybody's like, oh yeah, I haven't watched that. That's so fucking stupid. I tell them, I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, it's
good.
not. It's crazy. It really is. So
yeah.
It's first season was definitely worth a watch. And now, yeah, dude, I'm definitely gonna check out season 2.
Yes. And then
I can't
obviously
that, though. That's nuts.
Dude. It blew me away. Like I couldn't stop watching because of like it reminded me so much of how of like making a murderer. Making a murderer. Yeah. How they followed the evidence and then they laid it out.
Yep.
But obviously the biggest news is
yeah.
So before you say anything, I have got like 3 animes that that are like my animes. Like I don't get into a whole lot of anime, but Ghost in the Shell, Full Metal Alchemist, and Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
And I was
since you were little, excited. those were ones that you those were the 3 that you were always into. I remember you with Ghost in the Shell and Full Metal Alchemist, and then of course Cowboy Bebop for me too.
Firefly was the closest thing we could get to a live action of Cowboy Bebop.
Yes, 100%. And so Cowboy Bebop to me was actually, I think, the second anime I ever watched. I watched Trigun, which is Vash the Stampede, and then I watched Cowboy Bebop. And those 2 anime, I watch anime, but I can honestly say I don't watch as much as I would like to. Like
as you used to. I know you used to watch a lot.
I wish I watched more, but I don't watch as much as I would like to. I've watched, My Hero Academia and stuff like that, but not like super in depth. Yeah, like I used to be. But these were the first 2, Trigun and Cowboy Bebop. And Cowboy Bebop specifically, I actually watched the movie first. That was actually the animated movie, not with it. Yeah, that's all there was. The animated movie. It was during another animated movie. I saw a trailer for the Cowboy Bebop movie and was like, fuck yes, I have to watch that. I had no idea what it was, but I watched the movie, was like, oh my God, I love every bit of this. So I went back and watched the show and was just like, yes. So I don't know if you can hear that in the background either. There's all kinds of noise going on here. It's a fucking zoo. But yes,
Netflix, they made the live action movie.
Yes.
Or show.
With John Cho. I think honestly John Cho is like the only nameable
character. Yes.
Well, no, in like the first episode there's that like detective dude, like
somebody.
I can't remember his name, but that's somebody for sure.
And he comes back.
He's like the only other one I recognize, really. But yeah, John Cho's pretty much the only named person in it, as Spike Spiegel. And
the dude who plays Jet is perfect. I mean,
yes. So we talked about this John Cho. Okay,
he's good.
I had a personal problem with this, and that was that I think like 5-6 years ago, maybe a little further back, Keanu Reeves was trying to do this. He had
remember
this
that
whole thing set up, and he was going to be Spike Spiegel. And at the time, I think everybody was kind of like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I remember being like, hell yeah, let's do it. And then the John Wick movies came out, and suddenly everybody else was like, fuck yeah. But at that point, it kind of fell apart. And then when it kind of got back to him, I remember Keanu even said, well, at this point, I feel like I'm too old. I couldn't keep doing that. So, so he kind of, I remember all that. And so I'm upset at the fact that it's not Keanu, but I do like John Cho. Who doesn't love Harold and Kumar, right? Let me rephrase that. What pothead doesn't love Harold and Kumar?
Hey, restarted, what's his name career? Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes,
you would not have.
Oh my gosh, yes, dude. And Cal Penn's great, John Cho though, it is. It's weird to me because if I'm being totally honest, I almost feel like John Cho is a little old for the character, but he plays it well. He does a good job. He does a good job. But fucking Jet Black, the guy who was cast as Jet Black, unbelievable in my opinion. Now I will say I have not finished the show. I watched 3 episodes. It's a 10
Mhm.
episode series, so I've not
Mhm.
finished the show. Did you finish it? You finished
I
it, right?
did. I did. I muscled through all of it
Yeah.
because I wanted to I couldn't stop watching. It's another story of that,
Dude,
you know.
and
And
what gets me is we talked about this a little bit beforehand. It's gotten some really mixed reviews. Some people
yeah,
do like it, and some people just hate it. And
yep.
some people feel like it's along the lines of Death Note and along the lines of their like old Dragon Ball Z movie or Dragon Ball movie, you
God.
know.
Or
Um,
air style bender.
but it's like
Airbender.
Airbender. Um,
God.
now I will say the Full Metal Alchemist movie, I thought that was good.
I did
I thought it
too.
was good.
I
I thought
did
it was
too.
really, really good to the material. Like I
I did
thought it
too.
was good. And this one I felt like was more along that lines. I felt like
I
it
think it was better. I
I
think it was better.
exactly.
You
The
know,
opening like 10 minutes of the very first episode when they go into the casino, and it is almost shot for shot the same opening scene from the movie where he walks into the convenience store. He's wearing the headphones, he acts like
yep,
he doesn't hear him, he walks in and then he fucks them all up, you know.
yep.
And it's even like the bad guy, he's doing the same kind of speech. Dude, it was like shot for shot except it just in a different setting.
Yeah.
And then there was that point where he shoots the disruptor and the hole goes through. I knew when that hole went through, I was like, they're on a ship, they're on a ship, they're on a ship. And then the air started getting sucked out. I was like, they're on a fucking ship.
Yep.
And then it like zooms out and you get that space feeling with the fucking jazz music. It was perfect in my opinion. I loved it. And
I
I've been enjoying it so far. I really have.
So I can't remember, but like if it's shown it yet, but one of my favorite parts is the commercials, the
Oh
bounty hunter
yes,
commercials.
yes, the bounty hunter
Get them,
commercials.
cowboy. You
Yes, and
know,
those
like,
two do
oh
great. They hit that
yeah,
attitude perfectly.
yes,
You know,
yes,
yeah. And that's the thing is I feel like the environment feels right. The
yep,
ships are done beautifully. The intergalactic stuff, it looks really good. You can tell there's quality put into it. Like it's
yeah,
it's it's good.
yep.
I like it.
And I like the character or the guy who plays Vicious. I like the guy who plays
So I will say that when I first saw Vicious, when he first walks in, I was kind of like, fucking douche, who is this guy? But he plays the part well. He's a pretty scary dude.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not bad.
But I will say that the second to last episode is my favorite episode. Because you get to learn about what happened between Spike or Fearless and Vicious, and man, like that oh my god, I even Facebooked Neptune Cartel. Whoa. And
Yeah.
so anybody who's watched the whole series will get that reference.
Mhm.
But like, dude, it's a great and it's not a reimagining, it's not a continuation. It's they took the series and they're expanding on it, in
Right.
my opinion.
Right.
And I think that it's done a hell of a lot better. It's you're never going to get the
Right.
diehard anime people are never going to be happy
Right. Because
with
it's
live
never
action.
gonna be shot for shot perfectly done. It's just
Right.
not gonna happen.
There was one problem that I had with the show, and
Mhm.
Josh hasn't gotten to the point yet,
Mhm.
but I understand how hard it is to bring a character like Edward into live action. It's
Edward
just
is such a unique character and such a unique
so.
personality, a unique
And then here's the
character.
thing: Edward is a male that's voiced by a female in the show, so you kind of get that. Is it a
Wait.
boy? Is it a girl?
Wait. In the anime,
Yes.
Edward is a girl.
Okay.
Edward
That's
is a
what.
girl.
Okay.
Yes.
And so like that's okay. So like that's what I
the only time that they ever actually called it out is in the movie.
and
She's walking
that's
around talking to people, and there's this like weird transsexual hooker who's like, "Hey, what's up, little boy?" And she goes, "Ed's not a boy, Ed's a girl."
yes, but on the show they never addressed that.
Address it, right?
And so it was always going to be my point on that is it was always going to be hard to bring a character that was as eccentric as Ed,
Right.
that was really hard to judge gender wise whether
Right.
it was a boy or girl. You could tell
Right.
in the show that it's a boy.
Oh, okay.
And so I understand it.
Right.
But that was the
Right.
only bad part. But you weren't
And
going to be able to make it right. You
and
weren't.
Well, and even if they actually address that Ed was a girl, Ed has always felt gender neutral kind of
Yeah,
character, like a
yeah.
yeah. So
Ed's Ed. Ed
exactly,
is
Ed
Ed,
is
and
Edward Wong Howe, Pepe Lutrevsky the fourth.
Ed and Een. Man,
Ein.
Ein.
Supposed to be like
Uh,
Einstein, yeah, Ed and
yeah,
Ein.
Ed and Ein,
So
man.
those are one of my oldest tattoos. These are Ed's little doodles that she does,
Yep.
and so those are some of my oldest tattoos. I got those, I think, when I was like 19 or something. So
Yeah.
um, I
But I
I've
will
loved it so
say, I will say that when you're introduced to Ed, it reminds me so much of a scene out of Batman.
far. Okay,
What's his name? Who did Batman? The originals.
Burton,
Burton. It
Tim
reminds
Burton.
me of a Tim Burton Batman alley scene when you're introduced to Ed.
Okay,
Uh, and so
that's not quite what I was expecting, but okay,
right.
okay.
And so like they did the best that
I
they could.
I do
But
feel like in general, I feel like I keep a much more open mind with this stuff than a lot of
yeah,
people do. And I feel like that is always the problem,
it
is that
is.
everybody always wants it so specifically done to their needs, to their wants.
Yeah.
It's like with the Star Wars movies, the new ones. I'm not saying they were great. I'm not gonna do that, but I think people bitch way too much about them. I don't think they were horrible. Um, just yeah, you can never make everybody happy. You can
Yep.
never do it. But I've been enjoying the hell out of this so
Yeah.
far.
And I mean it's been a long time since I've watched the anime and watched the movie.
Right.
Of which I
Have to go
found just
back and kick them back on
yeah,
again. Yeah.
yeah. Just to
Ironically,
reminisce.
dude,
But
we have a Blu-ray of the movie, and I found out the Blu-ray of the movie like you can't find anymore. So it's like our Blu-ray's worth like 100, $120 or something. Like,
Jesus.
right? I was like, oh shit. Okay, I guess I'm hanging on to that guy for a while.
God.
Well, because apparently they just aren't making it right now. Like you can't find it in
I
circulation
guarantee
right
you
now.
they will
I know
be.
they will. And they rebooted, they re-released the series on Blu-ray a while back, and they've got that like out everywhere. You can find it anywhere, and you can find it for like 20-30 bucks or something. So but yeah, apparently the movie, they just for right now, for some reason, they don't have it out on Blu-ray. So the Blu-rays are like 100-120 bucks if you got one. So but
But
yeah,
I thought it hit. And I don't want to give too much away because Josh hasn't finished it.
right.
But I felt like they hit the notes that they needed to hit
Yep.
to show that they were doing what they could to bring an anime to live action.
Exactly.
And then they expanded on it.
To be truthful to the series while still having to, you have to make it somewhat different when it's live action. You just have to. And that's what I think, that's what I'm getting at. People just never seem to understand that it's never going to be perfect. Just shut the fuck up.
Right. I will say I wish that they had gotten Cho. I remember vividly when he would like put his hands in his pants or would very fluently not have to do very much, but would do so much.
Right.
He would
Right.
just, do just
Right.
barely
Like
move.
a,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so I wish they'd done more with that, but they make up for it with the second to last episode.
I do kind of agree that like one of the things that was particular to me that I'm okay with it not being perfect on is the fighting style, like because the way it flows in the anime, it's almost like a dance fighting.
Yes,
like he's just fucking so smooth about everything. And John Cho still does a fantastic job, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
he kicks some ass. He does well, but it wasn't quite the same. But again,
right,
that minor thing, I don't care.
Yes.
I can deal with that. I can deal with that because I understand. Again, that anime, it's gonna look like that. It's gonna have that fucking, that super flowy animated style. You're just not capture live action.
I want you to let me know after
When
you
I
watch
finish
the second to last episode.
I definitely will.
Man, if you're a fan of that anime and you're gonna sit there and tell me the straight face that second to last episode that it was no good, you're fucking you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself because
I don't know, like, and I think the big thing with Death Note versus this.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey, sorry. So yeah, we had a bit of a technicality here. Okay, so I think my biggest difference with this versus like Death Note is that you can see the attention that went into it. You can
Yes.
see the devotion that went into it. These people knew the story they were trying to tell, and they yeah. I feel like they've done a great job at really putting forth the effort to make it good.
And people are mad that they didn't end it, like that they're making a second season, and
Oh,
it's
are they?
like, yes,
Hell
oh
yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
sorry,
Fuck
shit,
yeah.
I didn't
I
mean
don't
to.
care. That's
Yeah,
totally cool.
that they're making a second season, that and people are mad about that. And it's like, you get more. Like, what are
Exactly.
you? What? I don't know what you're complaining about.
I know, dude.
Like,
That's what I'm getting at. Is like, and with stuff like Walking Dead, when they start trailing way off the story, it's like, yeah, but that's the point, dude. Just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know.
so
Obviously,
it's
I'm not
called,
saying you have to blindly just accept everything. I'm just saying, like, stop bitch about every little goddamn detail.
yeah,
It drives me nuts
blue
sometimes.
Blue Crow Waltz. That's the name of the second to last episode.
Okay.
And
I said,
man,
if I
I
remember
mean,
correctly, because it was the something blues or something for the end, and it was a two-parter for their ending, and the ending was
yeah,
just phenomenal in the series. It was the
it,
same with Trigun,
yeah,
dude. You can say what you will about Trigun. If any of you out there, if you've never heard of the anime Trigun,
the
it
real
literally,
folk blues.
it literally fit
Real
real
folk.
folk blues. It literally came out the same year as Cowboy Bebop, so it's got the exact same like art style, not art style, but like animation feel because it came out that same year. So it's got a same feel, and I'm telling you, this is more of a Western, but it's like a Western space opera. It's so fucking crazy. And both of these stories together, in my opinion, were two of some of the best stories out there. I don't really
Yeah,
do sci-fi that much, even. And these are
yeah,
just fantastic stories.
yep,
So yeah.
yeah.
And my
I
random recommendation, Trigun, Trigun, if you ever want to watch a new anime, well, old anime, new to you.
yeah, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10.
Dude,
I think it's solid.
from what I've seen so far, I'm same way.
I love the original series. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I loved. It was. I think Ghost in the Shell was the first one I watched.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I
And then it
remember
went,
that. Like I
well.
remember them
It
being
was
really good.
either either
Well,
Ghost
now
or
if I'm
Full
being
Metal,
totally
and then
honest,
Bebop.
Dragon Ball Z was the first anime I ever watched because it was on the Toonami
Yeah,
block after school. But it's like
yeah.
I wouldn't say I watched it. We'd have it on. I didn't sit here like every day, like, yay, new Dragon Ball Z, like
Mhm.
I would say, yeah, first anime that I sat down and really got into anime were
Yeah,
Trigun and Cowboy Bebop.
yeah.
But yeah,
And
I
I
was the same
love
with the
Firefly.
Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell was always a big one. We've bought
Yep.
those like PS2 video games,
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh
And
yeah.
I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to stand up and go, the Scarlett Johansson one wasn't very good.
We
It's
problem is
okay.
we have a Westerners, we have a history of just taking those animes and just trying to make them blockbusters. And there's parts
We
that
have
are
a
okay
problem of
about that.
we have a problem of whitewashing
I
them.
mean, we do, and
And
that's one of the reasons I love John Cho in this role. And I like the fact that Jet is black, like, and
I do too.
I like
I do
because if
too.
I'm being honest, okay, so the original character was voiced by a black guy. The original character in the show was voiced by a black guy, so it's like, oh, look, okay. Of course, right at the end here, we're having some technical difficulties. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But yeah, of course, right at the very end here, we're having some technical difficulties. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to just wrap it up then, because I think
Yep,
we're pretty
I
much
got you.
good anyway. But yeah, I was just, like I said, I think we had some technical difficulties there for a second, but I was just going to take that opportunity to go and wrap it up. I definitely do feel like Cowboy Bebop is good, though. Don't judge it, because yes, Netflix, yes, America, yes, we kind of have a history of overdoing it, I guess, of trying too hard when it comes to anime type stuff. But this one's good. I've really been enjoying it. So, and you can,
Yep.
like I said, you can feel that devotion to the story, to it.
Don't forget 2 fingers up for Bond.
Oh yeah, yeah. So don't go watch the garbage Bond. Do go watch Ghostbusters. I personally would give that,
Do go watch Ghostbusters.
bro. I would say personal opinion is like 9.5, almost 10. Like it's that
That's fucking
good.
awesome, dude.
I enjoyed every second of that movie. So yeah, I guess like I said, we'll go ahead and wrap that up then. You don't have any, did you have anything else that you were talking about? No.
No, Bebop was it, bro.
Bebop, dude. Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, however you tuning in. episode 23 in the books, man. I don't know. I don't know if we got anything planned. We're coming up on the holidays now. We got Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. So
we'll
I'm
have to
not
do we'll have to do a Christmas episode.
we'll definitely try to do some sort of holiday type episode. So you know, in case we don't
rank our holiday movies.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that'd be cool. But in case we don't see it again, it seems like we're falling apart technically here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off. In case we don't see it, have a happy holidays, whatever you do, whatever you celebrate. Have a good holiday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Later.